In the span of just 3 days in November 2022, one of the most celebrated young billionaires on Earth watched his entire empire evaporate. A company once valued at $32 billion, gone. $8 billion of customer money, missing. And it all started to unravel with a single post on the internet. This is the story of FTX and the man the world called the Crypto King. His name was Sam Bankman-Fried. At his peak, he was worth an estimated $26 billion before turning 30. Politicians took his calls, celebrities endorsed his company, and then, almost overnight, he became the face of one of the largest financial frauds in American history. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how the scheme worked, why the smartest investors in the world missed it, and the single mistake that brought it all crashing down. To understand the fall, you have to understand the rise. Bankman-Fried, known to nearly everyone as SBF, was a physics graduate from MIT who got a start at a quantitative trading firm. In 2017, he spotted an opportunity. Cryptocurrency was wildly inefficient, and prices for the same coin could differ from one exchange to another. He founded a trading firm called Alameda Research to exploit those gaps. 2 years later, in 2019, he launched FTX, a cryptocurrency exchange where ordinary people could buy and sell digital coins. The timing was perfect. Crypto was booming. FTX grew explosively, attracting millions of users and billions in deposits. He became a celebrity. He bought naming rights to a stadium. He testified before Congress. He was photographed in cargo shorts and messy hair, the image of a genius too busy changing the world to care about appearances. But behind that carefully crafted image, two companies that were supposed to be separate, the FTX exchange and the Alameda trading firm, were dangerously, secretly intertwined. Here's how a crypto exchange is supposed to work. When you deposit money, it stays yours. The exchange holds it for you, like a coat check. It is not the exchange's money to spend. That is not what was happening at FTX. According to court testimony and the Department of Justice, FTX was quietly funneling billions of dollars of customer deposits to Alameda, SBF's private trading firm. Alameda used that money to make risky bets, fund investments, and cover its own losses. The mechanism was buried in the code itself. FTX engineers built a special exemption, internally called the Allow Negative feature, that let Alameda borrow almost without limit, while every other customer was held to strict rules. By 2022, Alameda had drawn down billions in customer funds, tracked in an obscure internal account. And a huge chunk of FTX's supposed strength was an illusion. The company had created its own digital token called FTT. Alameda's balance sheet was stuffed with it. But FTT had no independent value. It was a coin FTX printed itself. As long as everyone believed FTT was worth a lot, the empire held together. The entire structure was built on confidence. And confidence, it turns out, is a fragile thing. In early November 2022, the crypto news outlet CoinDesk published a leaked document, Alameda's balance sheet. What it revealed alarmed the industry. A massive portion of Alameda's assets were simply FTX's own FTT token. The trading giant was propped up by a coin its sister company had invented.
Then came the single mistake that ended everything. Changpeng Zhao, the head of Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange and a rival to FTX, announced publicly that his company would sell off all of its FTT holdings. One post, that was all it took. Panic spread instantly. If Binance was dumping FTT, what did they know? Customers rushed to pull their money out of FTX all at once, a digital bank run. Within days, users tried to withdraw an estimated $6 billion, but the money wasn't there. It had already been funneled to Alameda and lost. FTX couldn't pay. On November 11, 2022, FTX filed for bankruptcy. A company worth $32 billion just days earlier was insolvent. SBF's personal fortune, that $26 billion, was wiped out almost entirely. The legal reckoning was swift. In December, Bankman-Fried was arrested in the Bahamas and extradited to the United States, charged with multiple counts of fraud and conspiracy. His closest colleagues, including Alameda's CEO Caroline Ellison, pleaded guilty and testified against him. Ellison told the court she had prepared multiple versions of Alameda's balance sheet, deliberately designed to hide the truth from lenders, at SBF's direction. In November 2023, a jury found Bankman-Fried guilty on all 7 counts. In March 2024, he was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison and ordered to forfeit $11 billion. Prosecutors said he had defrauded customers, investors, and lenders of more than $8 billion. The collapse of FTX wasn't really about cryptocurrency. It was about something far older, an empire built on trust, with nothing solid underneath. The moment people stopped believing, there was nothing left to catch the fall. The smartest investors in the world handed over billions because everyone else was doing it too. Every empire has a story. Every collapse has a reason. If you want to understand the rises and falls that shape the business world, subscribe. There's a new one every week. I'm Empires and Exits. Thanks for watching.